is Glenys Parton, and I was born in Taranaki, under the shadow of Mount Taranaki on the cold side. Right from an early age, I found myself often looking down and looking out on my situation, my family, on life, kind of like an observer or a learner. And for the first part of my life was really not aware of my heritage, not consciously aware of my heritage, but there were many things about instinctively or intuitively that came from my heritage as I discovered later. I obviously had many decades of life's experiences before I started to wonder, why do I lean towards this, or why do I have an interest in this? My ancestors came from England, some of them as convicts to Australia, and some of them went to Australia and back to England and came to New Zealand and settled here. What I discovered about them is that he was a medical herbalist. So here I was on this kind of intuitive, natural thinking, wondering where all this stuff comes from. And that branch of the family were not only lace makers and fabrics and working in cotton mills, but he ran a business in Palmerston North that I discovered as a medical herbalist. It's made up of a lot of threads, and that's how I look at life. Life's just made up of a lot of threads. Together they make an amazing picture, and I think about that in that sense, about us being human beings. So over this side I have a smaller tree, because this is about the future and hasn't grown fully yet. There's a whole lot of room for stuff. So I have incorporated this little book I've created, has some pointers to the treaty in it. It opens out. I have a little poem that I've written personally, and it's called Tribe, and it just probably reflects about who my tribe is, and a little and it's the one I wrote, and this is just a little storybook about the marks that were made on the treaty and what is written about the treaty. And some more marks that were. So it's kind of a reflection that even when we want to learn about things, I'd love to be fluent in te reo, but when we want to learn, how do we fit it in so that we become so proficient? How do we practice? Unless we do it, unless we take that regular time and do it with effort. I was left with the thought about, wouldn't it be great going forward if every business had to allocate 40 minutes a week, that staff had to become culturally connected. Just 40 minutes a week in their work week. I'd love to know more about, I really feel close to my land and the Indigenous people in this land. And whenever I'm away from home and I see that koru on the aeroplane, it pulls me home. It's very significant for me in that I look at it and I breathe and I relax no matter where I am in the world and how chaotic it is. It pulls me to where I was born, my home.